If you're wondering, you probably want the mug.
I'll go for the mug, but thank you.
If you're wondering what the bike hat is, you
Yeah.
probably want a mug.
Hey, Tom.
Good evening and welcome to the Chaska City Council meeting for Monday, June 3rd, 2024. We'll call the meeting to order at 7:02. Will you please stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, everyone. Welcome. Welcome tonight. Lisa, call roll, please.
Hatfield, Councilmember Hubbard, Councilmember Long.
Here.
Councilmember Gra.
Here.
Mayor Winchell.
Here. Council members Hatfield and Hubbard are out tonight, so it's just gonna be my left side tonight is all we got going on, so
Be prepared.
make sure you guys are ready to work tonight.
Moving my left side.
Blind side, left. All right, so we got roll. Next is adopting the agenda. Are there corrections or additions to the agenda? If not, I would entertain a motion to approve.
So move to adopt agenda.
Motion by Councilmember Gra.
Second.
Second by Councilmember Wong. Discussion. Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye, post same sign. Motion carries. Next is approving the previous meeting minutes, and that's from the council meeting on 5/20/24. Again, if there are no corrections or additions, I would entertain a motion.
So moved.
Motion by Councilmember Wong,
Second.
second by Councilmember Grau. Discussion. Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Post same sign. Motion carries. Next, we're in a visitor presentation. And on mine tonight, I have the Tour de Tonka community bike ride with Jenny. Is it Bodurka?
Bodurka.
Bodurka.
Yes. Good evening. Thank you for the opportunity to be here. I'm Jenny Bodurka. I'm the Assistant Director of Community Education in Minnetonka Schools. And Minnetonka Community Education hosts Tour de Tonka every year. So I have been here to see you guys many years. So it's nice to be back and see you again. And just tell you a little bit about the event this year. If we go to the next slide, as we typically do, we have some numbers around the logo that will give you some updates. So 19, this is our 19th year for Tour de Tonka. As we go to 51, that is the number of legacy riders that we have in our event. So those are folks who have participated every year since we began the event. 43,903 is the total riders since 2006, and 1,003,321 is the amount of money that we've donated to the ICA food shelf in our partnership with them as part of Tour de Tonka, and they have a 10-to-1 buying power, so they are able to do a lot of money with the amount that we raise. 294 is the route miles for all of the different events combined for this year, and 44 is the number of states we've had participants come from to participate in Tour de Tonka. On to the next slide, we have a little trivia, and you actually see the answer already there, but how many riders registered for the 100-mile ride in 2023? It was 600.
I think it's 665.
There you go.
Why am I a genius?
Winner. All right, as we go on to the next.
I got a mug.
Yeah, you win a mug, yes. The next slide is our route maps. It kind of gives you a sense of the area that we cover in the West Metro. But we are at Pioneer Park for a rest stop, which is always a lot of fun. We always have a polka band there. The Dairy Princesses come and serve chocolate milk. It's kind of a last stop before many of our riders are making their way back to Minnetonka High School. So it's always a fun stop to be at if you're around on August 3rd and want to stop by. On to the next two slides, we have our major sponsors. So we have a lot of sponsors that help support this event in many different ways. Very thankful for all of their support and all the things they do. The next slide as well. And these are our rider shirts this year. So we have kind of a new exciting logo, but all of our riders will get this shirt. And then on the next slide, all of our volunteers will get this orange shirt. Similar style, just a different color. So we need lots of volunteers to make this event happen, probably over 600 of them. So we are inviting the community to join us as a rider or also as a volunteer, and we'll have some more information at the end on that. The next slide just shares a few quotes from some participants in our event. We certainly have those who make this a family event in some of our shorter distances, those who connect with family and friends from across the country to participate. And for many, there's a goal of completing a century ride, a 100-mile cycling event. So they will come for that as well. The next slide shows all of the states we've had riders come from. So still looking for some participants from Idaho, Wyoming, Hawaii, Alabama, Vermont, and Delaware. If you know anyone who might live there, you could invite them into town that weekend. And the next slide shows the counties where we have had participants from. So only missing 13 counties in the state of Minnesota. The next slide is something I spoke about a little bit before, is volunteering. So we have positions that could be all day long, some that could be just a couple hours. We do packet pickup and activities on the Friday before the event, and the majority of our volunteer opportunities are on Saturday, August 3rd. The next slide is we will see you on August 3rd. And also I wanted to share that Tim Litvin, who's our executive director, who created Tour de Tonka, will be retiring at the end of this year, but he will be staying on another year to consult around Tour de Tonka as well. So he wanted to send on his thank you for all the good work you've done with him over the last 19 years to make this event happen. So those are my updates. Just want to thank you for allowing us to come through your community, and we'd be happy to answer any questions you have.
So are you taking over?
I'm not sure. The position is posted, so
Oh.
we will see who our new
So,
executive director.
so you're saying there's a chance in that voice?
There's a chance, but I'll probably still be back here next year
Okay.
to talk about Tour de Tonka. Yes.
Anyone else have a question for?
No, I love seeing the numbers and why people ride, and then realize how unathletic I am when I look at some of the like, I don't want to drive that far, let alone ride a bike that far. People are crazy. But
Yeah, it's a big commitment.
Are you seeing the numbers coming back? I know they've been.
Yeah, the numbers we're looking far ahead right now of where we've been. So hopefully we'll be back up to those 3,000s.
Just because of the more biking abilities to work and
Yeah.
all of the different
Mhm.
events that are happening. I was wondering if that was
Yeah.
putting the numbers back up.
Yep, and we're also seeing a lot of e-bikes as well, which is fun.
Really?
Yeah,
that's the way I can do that.
yeah.
So I would have figured that you could.
So that'll get you the 5-mile marker?
Probably.
Play motorcycle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Only certain classes. It's like the lowest class of e-bike that we allow to participate, but yeah.
Yeah, but I'm always really excited when we see like, all
Yeah.
everything set up for the ride and, see people coming through, and it's just, I mean, it's always really cool to see that. So, just congrats and, on, yet another year here that's coming up, and, look forward to seeing those riders come through again.
Thank you. We appreciate your warm welcome that you give them on August 3rd.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Alrighty, have a good
That was
night.
common. I think it makes a lot of sense when people, sometimes I think community members might, choose the wrong time to be in that area when they're not there and have that reaction. But I think that you think about the benefit there. We never find this out, but there are, there are people who this is the first time they've come through the community. They see something while they're riding their bike and says, I'm coming back for that.
Yeah.
Right. And so again, I just, people will have lots of different opinions on depending on what they're trying to do that day.
Yeah.
But I just think, that benefit of bringing people to that community, because like I said, someone and multiple people have made a trip back to Chaska, maybe in a car or a bike, because they saw something on the route that made them want to do it. So.
Yep, absolutely. We hear that a lot from the riders, how much they enjoy the scenic tour of kind of the West Metro and explore places that they haven't been. So,
Awesome.
yeah, thank you. And I'll just drop these off for.
Thank you.
And for you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
It's a nice fun.
I know.
Gets unruly in here.
All right, I'll ask if there's anybody else here on their visitor presentation, but I don't have to worry about that. Because we're wiped out. So our next item is we are gonna go into a closed session. I need to read this first and then I'll need a motion and do I get the motions first or read this first?
Read that first.
Okay.
You want
Actually, I take the motion first, yeah.
Okay. Oh, I knew there was a right and a wrong way. All right, I would entertain a motion to allow us to go into a closed session and I will read the reason why we're going into a closed session after.
So moved.
Motion by Councilmember Wong,
Second.
second by Councilmember Grau. Now I can read it? Okay. Pursuant to Minnesota statutes 13D.05 subdivision 3B, the meeting will move to a closed session for the city council to receive advice from the city attorney, Thomas Radio, regarding pending litigation. The substance of the matter to be discussed in the closed session is an eminent domain lawsuit involving the city and Meadow Spring Church. A description of the general nature of the matter and the pleadings are publicly available on the Minnesota court system's website, which adequately meets the public's right to be informed of government affairs. The attorney's advice tonight will address the litigation strategy in the matter, and so the balance weighs in favor of holding this portion of the meeting in private. So after that, we have a motion and a second. All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. And we are going to move into a closed session at 7:13.